Here, is, here is a comprehensive text regarding STEM education in Peru. It is structured as has an in-depth article covering historical context, current challenges, government, initiative, and future outlook. Reading the Andes, the evolution and future of STEM education in Peru. Introduction. Ancestral engineering and modern aspiration. Peru's country defined by a paradox of time. On a one hand, it is it is the cradle of one of the world's most sophisticated ancient civilization. The Incas and pre-Inca cultures were master engineers, hydrologists, and astronomers. They built the Capagnan road system through some of the most rugged terrain on Earth. Design, design, designed earthquake-resistant architecture in Machu Picchu and developed complex agricultural laboratories like Moray to experiment with microclimates. The STEM science, technology, engineering, and mathematics mindset, mindset is in many ways woven in the historical DNA of the region. However, 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 in the to 21st century, paraphrase the daunting text of translating this ancestral ingenuity into modern education competency. As the global economy shifts rapidly toward digitization, artificial intelligence, and green energy, the demand for workforce scaled in the STEM is critical. For Peru, improving STEM education is not merely a matter of academic ranking. It is a fundamental requirement for escaping the middle income trap and leveraging its vast natural resources sustainable. This article explores the current landscape of STEM education in Peru, analyzing the curriculum shifts by the Ministry of Education, Minedu, that divide between urban and rural sectors and transformative power of initiatives like the Performance School, COAR, and scholarship programs like Beca 18, 20, 20A, 1A, 1 point. The educational landscape and curricular shifts. For decades, the Peruvian education system relied heavily on rote memorization. Students were expected to copy from blackboards and recite facts, a method that left little room for the critical thinking and inquiry-based learning required and science and mathematics. In recent years, specifically with implementation of the new national Currículum Nacional de la Educación Básica, there has been philosophical pivot toward a competency-based approach. Key concept: the new curriculum no longer asks, what does the student know? But rather, What can the student do with what they know? In the context of STEM, this means moving away from abstract equation and toward problem solving. The focus has shifted to scien- scientific inquiry, teaching students to observe, hypothesize, experimental, and conclude. Mathematic problem solving using math to solve real world problems related to finance, construction, and geometry, rather than use solving for X. Digital literacy, integrating information and communication technologies, has a transversal competency across all subjects. However, a curriculum on paper is different from reality in the classroom. The transition requires a massive retraining of the teaching workforce, many of whom were educated under the old model and struggle to facilitate inquiry-based learning. 2 point. The value of debt, infrastructure and inequality. To understand education in Peru, one must understand its geography. The country is split into three distinct regions: the coast, the highlands, and jungle. This geography creates a logistical nightmare for educational equity. 1 point. The urban-rural divide. There is stark contrast between a private school in the wealthy district of the Lima, like Miraflores or San Isidro, which may have 3D printers or robotics labs and a multigrade school in rural community in the Andes or the Amazon. In rural areas, STEM education is often hampered by basic infrastructural deficits, lack of connectivity, while internet penetration has improved. High-speed internet required for advanced coding, resource, or video simulation is often absent in the Sierra and Selva. Lab equipment. Many rural schools lack physical chemistry of six laboratories. Science is left theoretically because there are no microscopes or reagent available. 2 point. 2.1 point. The gender gap and STEM. Culturally, Peru still struggles with a gender gap in scientific fields while girl performance reasonable, while in the math and sciences in the primary level there is a significant drop off in interest and enrollment. They reach secondary school high higher education societal stereotypes often steer boys toward engineering and mechanics, while girls are more noted towards humanities or giving professional breaking. This is cycle is primary objective for current educational and government policies. Becomes 3 point. Becomes of excellence core and specialist initiatives. Despite the structural challenges, the Peruvian government has established Islam of Excellence that serve as model for what is possible.